Hey guys, Chops here. I figured I'd chat a bit about my initial reactions to 8.0 while y'all watch some PvP gameplay from the new patch. And look, this is first impressions, folks. This isn't a comprehensive look at everything that's available, just going to spitball on what I've experienced over the first weekish the patch has been out. So I got to New Dalaran. It's not only the new port hub for all the major cities, but I was also super stoked to find that there's a portal room that has ports to other places of interest like Karazhan, Caverns of Time, Wormrest Temple, etc. So definitely set your hearth in New Dalaran. And while I hopped out of the city and grabbed some flight points around the Broken Isles, I haven't done much exploring, which really isn't all that shocking. My Panda and Draenor maps are blank too. I'm the worst exploring explorer ever. Anyway, I did spend this first week of the patch on 3 exciting things I wanted to talk to you about. First is that we can fish up sightless eyes in the Dalaran underbelly. Fish up a total of 20,000 of those, and you'll be gifted an achievement and the Rat Stallion mount. There's some concern that the mount will get sent via mail, but this isn't an uncommon problem for free-to-plays to have, and we've had success navigating this in the past. If you just talk to a game master, they will very typically put it in your collection for you. While fishing around in these Dalaran pools, I also got the emblem of Margos. This will send you up to Margos' island where you can fish up drowned mana. You can turn those in, get rep with Margos, and if you get enough rep, you can buy pets and toys from him, including the super awesome raccoon pet that I'm very excited about. Now, if you do the math on these, you'll realize you're going to have to end up spending around 20 to 25 hours of fishing. They don't call it a grind for nothing, folks. But this does give you something to do between PvP queues and buddy. Let's talk about some PvP because I know that's what y'all are actually here for. I've got good news and bad news on that front. The bad news is that enchants and trinkets work in Battlegrounds again, and this puts free-to-play toons at a pretty significant disadvantage. 29s and veterans have things like Elemental Force, Crusader, Dancing Steel, Earth Slide, all those fancy enchants, whatever they want. And it's going to be super hard to compete with that kind of damage output. The good news, which you might have guessed from the bad news, is that the template system is gone. Gear matters. Again, I could not be more excited. You can build around haste, you can build around crit, stam, whatever you prefer, however you want to gear your character, which is totally awesome. I'm glad that that is back. And speaking of grinds, Honor is back. You'll earn Honor in Battlegrounds, win or lose. You just have to get a bit of a bonus should you win. And as you accumulate Honor, you'll level up in Honor levels. And it looks like every 5 levels will grant you a pet, a title, a toy, or a mount. And still speaking fairly generally about PvP, I'm pretty glad to see that it seems to have remained relatively balanced. Rogue's got a pretty solid buff, and now they do crazy damage and have crazy crowd control. Again, like most other patches. But otherwise, I haven't noticed any real standout broken classes like Survival Hunters were in Legion. And I know it's early into kind of an unknown expansion, of course, and people have kind of migrated towards the forever low-level meta safe classes of rogues, priests, and hunters. But as they fan back out and experiment, I'm sure we'll stumble on something that's really broken. We always seem to. On a more personal level, I am absolutely loving the Fury Warrior tweaks. The rotation is awesome. The spec just feels really fluid and natural. Fury's been getting progressively more fun expansion after expansion, and I really think they've hit a fantastically sweet spot this time around. Real shame about arms, though. I tested it through some dungeon runs, and it does about 10% more DPS than Fury, but God, it just feels awful. The rotation is clunky. It's unwieldy. It's just pure garbage. I don't see myself playing arms at all this expansion. I played it last expansion when I was trying to grind wins, but it won't be worth it this time around. I'm not going to do it. I also played my Warlock a bit. Affliction is, guys, it's real squishy without Drain Soul. So you might want to grab that talent, as cool as the other two may be, but I really feel like Demonology might be the Warlock spec of this expansion. I only played like 2 games on my lock though, so don't hold me to that. But really, that's it, guys. Wrapping it up, I feel really excited for this expansion. The Honor grind has me slightly worried that we're going to see a lot of, well, they capped first, let them win, defeatism in Battlegrounds because folks will want to get their Honor and move on. But otherwise, I think starter accounts are going to be in a really good space this expansion. Looks like we have a lot of stuff to keep us occupied. So that's all. Thanks for hanging out, and I see you all next time.